What if I told you the president's economic dream is collapsing in real time? Picture this, a leader who campaigned on slashing interest rates, promising rocket fuel for growth, now staring at a crisis where borrowing costs are skyrocketing. This isn't just a policy failure, it's a political time bomb. Let's unpack why Trump's war on interest rates is backfiring, and what it reveals about the fragile dance between politics and economics. Here's the thing, Trump's obsession with low rates isn't just about economics. It's about ego. He frames high rates as an insult to America's greatness, like they're a personal slight against his brand. But here's the irony, interest rates aren't a light switch politicians flip. They're shaped by global chaos, inflation, and market psychology. When he started trash-talking the Fed, he underestimated how much the world doesn't care about his ego. The Iran war? That's not just a foreign policy crisis, it's a gasoline pour on the inflation fire. Oil prices spike, markets panic, and suddenly, those cheap loans he promised, gone. Let's dissect the delusion. Trump claims the economy's the most successful ever, while ignoring the 1.5% growth rate, a snooze fest by any standard. But here's what fascinates me. Why do his supporters buy this? Partly, it's the unemployment stats. But unemployment is a lagging indicator, folks. It's like saying your car's fine because the engine's still warm while the chassis is rusting. The real pain? Mortgages at 6.66%, auto loans tightening, and debt servicing costs crushing families. This isn't abstract, it's why voters aren't buying the boom narrative. And let's talk about his housing plan. Directing Freddie Mac to buy $200 billion in loans? Classic Trump, loud gestures, zero results. He called the bipartisan housing bill a big yawn and let it die. But here's the twist, even if he'd signed it, would it have mattered? When markets set rates independently, political theater doesn't move the needle. The Fed's new chair, Warsh, is letting markets play the ball, not the referee, which is just a fancy way of saying, we're not saving your presidency from yourself. This raises a deeper question, why do voters keep falling for these economic mirages? Trump's pitch hinges on the idea that winners' economies should have free money. But what he's ignoring is that low rates in a crisis often mean currency collapse or inflationary death spirals. America isn't Zimbabwe, and voters intuitively know you can't just want rates lower. The markets are a voting machine, not a wishing well. So where does this leave us? With a midterm election where Republicans are stuck defending a promise they couldn't keep. And here's the kicker, even if the Fed cuts rates post-election, it'll be too late. The damage is done. Housing affordability? A nightmare. Inflation? Still outrunning wages. And Trump's legacy? A cautionary tale about treating economic policy like a Twitter feud. The real takeaway? When you wage war on reality, reality always wins. What do you think? Can any president truly fix interest rates, or are we all just passengers on this roller coaster?